Okay, so we are good to go, right?
Yes, you may start.
Okay, so good evening and hello everyone. Those who have joined, myself is Agnisai from the ML core team of DSC KGEC. Today we got Sayantan Sadhu, of my fellow from the same core team of ML from DSC KGEC, and he will be teaching you how to get started with data science. He has been a very good. He's been doing very good. He all the lockdown he's been doing Kaggle and all. He will know how to do such things. He will be teaching you. Hope you guys really have a whole lot of fun learning this new stuff. And also do put your questions in the messages section of the Google Meet. I will let him know what questions you asked. So let's start. Over to you, Shantan.
Thank you so much, Ogni. So, hello everyone. Hope you guys are excited. Though there's nothing to be excited about, still. Hope you guys are excited. So, today I'll be talking about how to learn data science, how to learn the practical aspects of it, and along with that, how to learn the theories and how to use Kaggle for your advantage, right? So, how many of you have been means interested in machine learning before, or how many of you are exploring the field right now? Let's make it a bit more interactive, okay? I don't want to be the one who just keeps on speaking and you guys are listening. So write in the chat how many have of you have been interested in ML or how many have been exploring the field right now. Okay, Momita is excited, interested. Okay, 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 cool. So first I will be like talking about what are the differences between AI, ML, DL means deep learning and data science means DS, how they are all related. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, okay. So how these fields are related to one another. I hope you guys know what ML does basically, like how much it is used in the real world right now. So I'm not going to talk about that it is used by Google or Amazon or Microsoft, not about that stuff. So first of all, AI is ML is basically a subset of AI, right? And deep learning, that is DL, is basically a subset of ML. Please bear with me while this non-important and boring things I'm talking about. Then I'll be talking about interesting things, what all you can do with data science, what are the interesting things going on in the world right now about data science, and you will be interested about that. So starting with AI is basically includes like any AI application is comes under AI, and AI uses ML, and deep learning is another subset of ML, right? As you can see from the slide. And data science is a subset of AI, ML, and DL. Along with that, there are some other things in data science like exploratory data analysis, data cleaning, and sometimes even you go for web scraping, all that in data science. So first I'd like to talk about what are the technologies or skills you need to be a data scientist or machine learning engineer or deep learning engineer. So first of all, for to become a data scientist or basically data analyst or anything like that, first thing that you need to know about is exploratory data analysis. For that, you need Python. You need to have good grasp on Python, and then you can learn about libraries like NumPy, Pandas, then NumPy, Pandas. You can go for Matplotlib and Seaborn for the visualization. NumPy and Pandas will be extensively used for cleaning the data, from bringing out insights from the data, basically feature engineering stuff. So after that, in learning about all those things, you get into ML, where you use statistical tools to predict something from the data or bring insights from the data. And there are different kinds of ML algorithms. One like ML techniques like supervised learning algorithm. Then there is unsupervised learning algorithms. Then there is reinforcement learning algorithms. Mostly in case of businesses, like in businesses, we use supervised learning algorithms where the data gives a label, like we have the label to us and we use it for the predictions. In case of unsupervised learning algorithm, we use clustering techniques. We don't have the label, but we cluster similar kinds of classes together, right? So this is a brief overview of what AI, ML, or DL and data science is. I hope this is clear, right? I know this is not interesting, but I hope this is clear, right? So over to the next slide. This is about the different job roles in the domain. Now, if you know about the reality right now, it's very hard to become a data scientist as a fresher. It's very hard. It's very hard to get a job as a data scientist when you are a fresher. So generally, what businesses do, they take you as a data analyst, or they take you as a business analyst, or sometimes they even take you as a software engineer trans and then transfer you to a data science domain, right? So basically, first you have to be a data analyst. Even in case of freelancing as well, if you have explored freelancing a little bit, you will know that it is very hard to get a freelancing gig about data science earlier. First, what you will get is basically topics like Power BI, creating a reports in Power BI, then creating basically web scraping, building, cleaning data, and all that stuff. To do the actual work of a data scientist or a machine learning engineer, it's very hard to get that job. So we'll start with data analyst. What are the skills that a data analyst needs? Data analyst needs to have a good skill of SQL. He needs to know about SQL, how to manage all that stuff. He need to know about Excel. I think you all know about Excel, what is Excel is, but there are lots of stuff that you can do in Excel. Sorry. So there are lots of stuff that you can do in Excel that a data analyst needs to know. Then he needs to know about Python and obviously NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, to some extent Plotly as well. And then you need to know about basic machine learning algorithms like linear regression, like logistic regression, like KNN and all that stuff. And then you can do the job of a data analyst. Mostly what data analysts are given the job is they will be given some SQL database, and they have to make reports or dashboards which can be used by the manager to get some insights in the data quickly. I don't know how many of you are, know about Power BI, or how many of you know about Power BI? Please write yes or no in the chat. Okay. Okay. So Power BI is basically like where you create simple visualization stuffs, right? I don't have anything prepared for like slide to show you what Power BI is, but you just create charts and like bar graphs, pie charts, and all that for the data that you have, and you use it and you give that, which keeps updating. As the data updates, the thing gets updated. I wish you guys will go and Google it about Power BI a little bit. You will, like, if you go for freelancing in AI as well, in the field of data science, you will get a lot of gigs where you have to do Power BI or Tableau things, like we have to create a report in Power BI. So it's very helpful. If you want to proceed in the domain, you can learn about Power BI. It's very easy. You can learn it in a day or two. A lot like Excel, but a little more bit more powerful than Excel, right? Then is a business analyst. Now, who is a business analyst? Business analyst is someone who has all the skills of a data analyst, but along with that, he has business knowledge. Business knowledge means there are different domains where machine learning is currently used in finances, in lots of domain. Like, so that guy who is a business analyst needs to use that insights that he generated from the data to give some value to the business, to give them suggestions to the business. That's the job of a business analyst. Then we come to the data scientist part. Data scientist's job is to make the predictions, also work in exploratory data analysis a little, but mostly he does the prediction and creates models and all that stuff. He does the job after the job has been done, after the data has been cleaned and explored by the data analysts, right? Finally, we have data engineer. Currently, in the current world, data engineering is like very much in demand. So you can also be working for data engineer, and then you can gradually promote to a data scientist as well. But what's the job of a engineer? Data engineer basically deals with, to some extent, MLOps, like that's in deployment part. He has to know about SQL, BigQuery, and all that stuff. And he has to be good about ETL, that is extract, transform, and loading the data, right? Along with that, you have to like draw insights from the data a little bit, not much, but still you have to do some work of drawing insights and exploring the data and all that stuff. So these are the different job roles, or in the job roles that are in the currently available. You can do freelancing as well. My As per my experience, I have also done a little bit freelancing. I have got some gigs for Power BI as well, and you can get that too. It's very hard to get a gig for as a data scientist, like you're doing some creating some models or something like that. That is very hard to get. But for Power BI or for like web scrapping, you can get a gig easily. So you should obviously start. You can, if you're interested, you can start with Power BI, learn Power BI or web scrapping. It will be useful for you, right? So now let's move on to the next slide. And now is how to get started. So I give you a bit of intro how data science scenario is, what is like. I know right now you're feeling like there's not much to do, but wait, when I'll get to Kaggle, you will see there are like uh, great things having happening in the world using data science and machine learning, and I'm sure you will be interested in doing them, right? So right now, how to get started? The first step is to basically master a programming language. Now, what is a programming language? Everyone knows. I hope everyone is knowing one programming language or the other, right? Yes or no? Anyone here who has no like exposure to programming as such? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, good, good. Okay, okay, okay. So the first step is basically to master a programming language. It is suggested you should go with Python. You can go with R or Scala or Julia or even C++. But the problem with C++ or R or Scala or Julia or anything like that, R is to some extent R gives you some library support, but in case of C++ or Scala or Julia, they don't give you any library support. So it will be very hard to make progress in that step. So the best way I would suggest you to learn it in Python, then you can just get back to R and do your thing, right? First, you need that library support. You need to have things in your hand so that you can do that easily. So the first step is to learn Python. Now, learn Python doesn't mean that you have to be an expert in Python or you have to know all the algorithms or everything like that, like linked list or all that stuff. You don't have to learn about linked list at the beginning, or like anything like recursion or binary search trees or anything at the beginning. What you what you basically need to learn about is the basic syntax, right? Then you have to master conditional statements and for loops, while loops, and do while loops. I don't think do while loops is there, right? So for loops and while loops. Then you can give your attention. It's very important you learn about lists and dictionaries, right? You learn about lists and dictionaries very well, because lists and dictionaries will be used extensively for machine learning. You will be using lists and dictionaries a lot. So you have to learn about lists and dictionaries. Don't worry, I will show you some good resources as well where you can learn Python as the amount you need to learn for machine learning, right? You don't have to go and searching. Everything is there in Kaggle and in the internet, right? So when you just make sure when you are learning, don't go too deep into it. Learn the basic syntax, learn conditional statements, loops, learn about lists and dictionaries, and you'll be good to go. Like sets and tuples, that's it. You will be good to go. Okay. So first step is to master Python, right? So the next step is you have some libraries to explore. Now this is very important. This is very, and please don't be like scared of all these things. These are pretty simple things. You will be able to do it in a week or two, nothing more than that. So step two, learn about the libraries. Start getting familiar with machine learning theories gradually as well. But first, I'll talk about the libraries that you need to learn. First of all, NumPy. Again, NumPy, don't take a week to learn NumPy. You can learn it in a day. In fact, you can do it in a 1 or 2 hours, 1 or 2 hour video, or some Kaggle micro course will do it. I'll show you the micro courses from Kaggle as well. But before I proceed, I'd like to wait and see if there is some question or not. Ogni, is there any question?
Yeah, great going, Sayantan. We got a question from Anil. He says, "Is Octave good for beginners for ML? Your
Octave.
views?"
Octave.
Yeah, Octave.
I don't think right now it is good for beginners. I know Andrew Ng has used it in his course, but it was back in 2015 or 16. But if you're learning it in 2021, try doing it using Python. As you won't be able to go much far with Octave. You will have to learn Python uh, at some point. So it's better to start with Python.
Great, great. So I guess Anil got his answer.
So is it clear, Anil? Okay, okay, okay. So, and if you're thinking like how to start with Python, wait, I'll show you the resources. It's pretty easy, nothing very hard. Okay. So now libraries to explore. As I said, first you have to learn about NumPy. Again, 1 or 2 hours in NumPy will be enough for you to learn NumPy as much as you need for data science, right? You don't have to go in deep and learn about NumPy a lot. Just the basic understanding of NumPy, how it works, will do it for now. Then pandas. Pandas is important actually because it's where you will be doing exploratory data analysis a lot. So learn pandas a little deep, but not very like don't give it like 1 or 2 weeks. You can learn it in a 3 4 hours. You will be able to learn pandas very well, right? Next is visualizations using Matplotlib and Seaborn. I like this libraries a lot, especially Seaborn. Seaborn is great. Like you will be able to do visualization, great charts and all that stuff pretty quickly. I'll show you some of my works as well in Seaborn, which you will like. Like it will just be you can generate great insights and visualizations in just one line of code. So Matplotlib and Seaborn, you have to learn it. Again, don't give it like a lot of 1 or 2 weeks. You can learn it in a 2 or 3 hours. I'll show you from where you have to learn. Just do that. Okay. So these four libraries will get you started with machine learning. After you have learned these four libraries, now you can start with your ML journey. What do I mean by ML journey? Now the theory comes up, and I'll talk about the resources again. But still, when I talk about theory, there is no one better than Andrew Ng. Everyone knows that. So that's keep that in mind. And again, starting with the theory, what things you should keep in mind while you are learning the theories? You should come across things like loss function, cost function, and different types of loss function and cost functions when they are used, when they are not used, right? Make sure when you are learning theory, you just know about loss function and cost function. Also, you should visualize and understand how gradient descent works and why it works like that. So visualization of gradient descent is very important. Understanding gradient descent is very important because we will be using gradient descent in deep learning in fact CNN as well, computer vision as well. So gradient descent, understand gradient descent very well. Okay, and finally know about the activation functions and a little bit about all that stuff, why it is used and all. And this all these concepts you will be able to learn when you are learning about linear regression or logistic regression, right? So first start with linear regression. Learn what is linear regression, what is regression basically, what is regression and classification. Learn about the different use cases of regression and classification, why they are used. Then you can go on to linear regression and then logistic regression. By the time you complete linear regression and logistic regression, you should know about what is loss function, what is cost function, what is gradient descent, what is activation functions, how these two algorithms work, and you're good to go. Once again, don't give much time to it. Maximum 5 to 6 days or a week in all this, right? So this entire thing, you can do it like 1 or 2 weeks, right? So let's go into the step 3. Now is the time you have to do the dirty work. Now you have to do the practical work. And this is feature engineering. Feature engineering is very important. The main reason being mostly if you look at there is has been a lot of improvement in auto NLP, auto ML. So you can do a lot of things. You don't have to do a lot of things. The computer will do a lot of things for you. But if feature engineering, you have to do feature engineering on your own. The thing is the anyone who's working in ML, he has to do feature engineering on your own. So feature engineering is something, or feature engineer is someone who cannot be replaced very easily in ML. So and it is very important as well. If you don't do feature engineering, your model won't be even able to predict as well. See, what includes feature engineering, what things you need to do in feature engineering. First of all, learn about how to handle missing values, how to handle categorical variables. What are the different ways of handling categorical variables, like level encoder, one hot encoding, when these two are used, what are the benefits of level encoding and one hot encoding. Try knowing these stuffs, right? Then you should go about and learn how to handle imbalanced data set. What is an imbalanced data set? Learn about that first. If I have to tell you what is an imbalanced data set, in a classification problem, if one of the class has a lots of like data in it and another class has very few, like let's say how many of the students will pass the data and we have 1,000 records for it. and in all those 1,000 records, 950 students have passed it and 50 students haven't. So that's an imbalance problem, because mostly what we got is a used case where 950 students have passed it. So even if we use basically a if else statement, we will be getting a good result, but that won't do us, that won't give us the what we want, that won't do us what we want to do, right? So what you have to do is we have to learn how to handle those imbalanced data sets, and with that, what how to understand that you have done well or not. So you will learn about, just go and explore, you will get to know everything. Just go step by step. For like, you have to know about what is ROC curves, what is AUC curves, why accuracy is not a good metrics for imbalanced data sets. So after you are done tackling like this all this feature engineering topics like missing values, categorical variables, then uh, then you can have to imbalance data set. Then you should learn about outliers. What are outliers? Why it affects the model's performance? Why you should learn about outliers? Learn about that, right? So basically, four, 5 things. Like first is handling missing values. What are the different ways of handling missing values? Second is how to handle categorical features. What are categorical features? Categorical features are basically features that have that are string in nature. Basically, in a very simple words, you can say that have that the data type of that column or that feature is string. And when you have a string, you cannot just put it in the model. The model won't accept it. So you have to handle it in some way or the other. So how to handle categorical feature? There are many ways, but the most common two are label encoder and one hot encoding. You can just go and search about it on the internet. I'll show you where to learn all these things. But so learn about categorical features, learn about imbalanced data set, and finally you should go and learn about outliers a little as well. Now, and this is also the time when you should start doing some projects. Some project means start with the Titanic survival problem. That's the best problem to start with, and you should be good like with starting that one. You have will get to know about all the use case of feature engineering, all like data visualizations and everything about that. So go for Titanic survival problem initially. Step 4, you have to start exploring Kaggle. What is Kaggle? Kaggle, as they say, is the home for your data science. It's literally your home for data science. You will get everything in Kaggle, from competitions to courses to notebooks to everything. And what to do in Kaggle? You have to start with some data set. Get there, register for a competition or start working on a data set. You will have lots of notebooks there. I'll show you lots of notebooks there. Learn from them and implement your own solution. Okay, but while you are working on Kaggle, you need to learn about something else as well. That is scikit-learn library. It is very important because if you want to like implement any machine learning solution, any machine learning model, you cannot just write a like 200 lines Python code. You need something crisp and what that can be done in 1 or 2 lines or simply like. So that is where scikit-learn comes into play, and you will be able to like create a model in 3, 4, 5 lines. It's that simple. But first you have to prepare the data like that. After you have prepared the data, you will be able to like do it in 3, 4, maximum 5 lines. You'll be able to do it. Then you have to learn about ensemble learning. What is ensemble learning? When you combine the outputs and of more than one algorithms, you get something called the ensemble learning. And ensemble learnings are very important for Kaggle competitions. Like if you see the top scorers, you will most of the times find they have used ensemble learning and great amount of hyperparameter optimization. You will know about all this as you just move in the field, but the most important thing about this is that you should get started. You should, if you know about Python, come to Kaggle, learn about NumPy. I'll show you from where. Okay, Ayush is asking uh, regarding programming languages, where does Java stand in this field? Would you suggest someone quite comfortable with Java to take up Python or to try out data science using Java based technology? I would suggest to learn Python. It will be very easy to learn Python for you if you know about Java. It will be very easy. But if you start data science with Java, it will be very hard for you to continue. Like it will be very hard to even go through the data or like explore the data easily, because you won't be having libraries like NumPy or Pandas or scikit-learn, anything like that. Once again, that problem will come up where you have to for a single task you have to write a 200 line Java code. So I won't suggest that. So if you know Java, it will be very easy to learn Python for you. You will be able to learn it in a 2 to 3 days in max, right? So that's the answer for Ayush. Now, okay, so what was there? So scikit-learn. So you should learn about scikit-learn and ensemble learning. And don't worry, you might be thinking like these are very high in stuff. No, these are very easy to implement. You can implement in just 2 3 lines of code, and you just have to know that they are done. And for that, you just have to start your work. Go and learn about NumPy. Start working on that Titanic survival problem. You will get tons of tutorials on YouTube. Start following one of them, and you will be able to go with it, right? So I think up to this you are understanding everything, right? So if you have any question, you can ask me right now. Anyone have any question? Yes or no? Okay, so I don't think anyone has any questions, right? I will be sharing with you where to learn them, like what are the best resources. So wait for that. Now, how much time you should give to one of the things, right? The first is in 1 week you should be able to learn about Python, lists, sets, dictionaries, tuples, loops, if else statements. It won't take, if you like give 1 hour as well, you will be able to learn it. 7 hours is more than enough to learn all these things. Second thing is to dive into the world of libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn. I know you are thinking, what are these things? I'll show you what are these things. So it's important that you dive into these libraries, you explore them. Also, at the same time, you explore a little bit of theory. And for all these things, like learning the theories of logistic regression, linear regression, learning about NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlibs, and Seaborn, it takes maximum 2 to 3 weeks if you're giving an hour every day. Maximum 2 to 3 weeks for an hour every day, right? Next is feature engineering. Now, this is very important. But one thing is, I would say here, you give a week to Python, you learn about these things, doesn't mean that you have become a master in Python. You just know the amount of Python that is required to get started, right? Later, after you get through this process, you will keep learning Python, you will keep learning about different kinds of libraries, you will keep learning about more feature engineering techniques as well as you move forward. But just to get started, just to get that flavor of machine learning, this is, I think, the quickest way. That's why I'm suggesting it. But as you just like as you get to that as to cover that initial phase where you are able to like take a data set and like break it through and apply some model into it, you will understand that now I have to know some more about algorithms. Now I have to know how to use these data structures, and then you can go and learn about it. You will know that okay, this library is very important. I should learn about this. Okay, Plotly is important for data visualization. I should learn. So that you will know after you go through this first initial phase, right? So make sure you just start it. If you know about Python, start with libraries. If you don't know about Python, but some other languages, it's very easy to learn Python. Just start it. If you know some other language, it will take you like 2 to 3 days to learn Python, honestly. Okay. So now feature engineering, it's not very interesting, also, but I find it very, very interesting, however, if feature engineering is concerned. However, many people find it very uninteresting. So, but you have to do it. It's very important. And how to do feature engineering? Two ways. One thing, you can just learn one by one, missing values, handling categorical features, handling imbalance data set, handling outliers, or you can just start with a problem statement. Start with Titanic survival problem. You will encounter a problem, you will learn it. You will encounter a problem, you will learn it. Both are ways are good, but the point to take here is don't give it more than 2 weeks. Max to max, give 2 weeks for it. You will be able to learn the basics or good enough to start with a Kaggle competition or anything like that in 2 weeks. Believe me. So start in 2 weeks, right? Okay. So and now the final step that I would say is work on a number of data sets, create models, tune and optimize them. Now to work on a number of data set, you have to learn about scikit-learn. So go and learn about scikit-learn. Then there are many beginner-friendly model data sets that you can try on Kaggle. I'll show you some. So you should go, and you can, there are many beginner friendly competitions as well that you can try out after this. Like 5 weeks of work, you will be able to go and work in Kaggle. You will be able to communicate. The community in Kaggle is very good. You can talk to people. You can learn from people. You will be on your own. You will know what to do next, right? But the first 2 3 weeks are very important. It's very important that you get started. So then you can just go on, work on a number of models, tune them, optimize them. You can participate in competitions. You will see how much rank you are there, how you stand in it. And for the rest of your life, just keep learning, right? That's the way to go. Now, let's talk about.
Okay, Shantan, great going, but I have to stop you. I got some questions for you.
Sure, sure. Ask me.
Yeah, first question comes from Ayandeep. He says, Bhaiya, is it necessary to know Python in depth? Your views?
Is it necessary to know Python?
In depth.
Yes, Python is necessary to know. You need to know Python.
Like he wants to know that do you need to learn almost everything about Python, or you can really learn about the important things and get go?
No, no, not at all. Almost everything. Just the very basic things like conditional statement, for loops, lists means arrays basically. So arrays and dictionaries. That's all. These four things will is enough to get you started with machine learning or data science.
Okay, Andeep, I think that answers your query. Next question comes from Aryan Banwal. He says, what is Titanic's survival problem?
Okay, so Titanic survivor problem is a data set that's there on Kaggle. In that data set, when the Titanic sank, there are lots of passengers, right? So we have the recorded some of the characteristics of those passengers, and there's this recorded that this passenger was able to survive or not, right? And there are some more passengers for whom you have to predict what is the chance that they will be able to survive or not. If you want, I can show the data for you as well right now, or after sometimes I'll show you the data in Kaggle as well. So no worries about that.
Okay, Aryan, I think that answers your question. Next comes question from Anil. He says, can ML projects help us in internships like competitive programming or development? Shantan, don't you think competitive programming is very in hype in now?
Actually, see, it's your call. It will you help you in getting internships in competitive programming, but the point is, it's very hard to do competitive programming as well as data science at the same time. So you have to take like one, like you have to start with data science. You have to go completely deep into it, or you have to start competitive programming or get completely deep into it. Now there will be people who will be suggesting you things like, first you should be very good at competitive programming, then you should start with data science or machine learning in your fourth year or after fourth year. See, I would say I don't agree to that. You can start it anytime you want, like in first year or second year. But the point is, if you don't start now and if you fourth year you regret, they won't be there to share with you the regret. Or if you listen to me and started in second year, you are not good in competitive programming or data structures in algorithms, and you don't land a job in fourth year, I won't be able to. I won't be there to share with you the your joblessness or anything. But yes, if I am jobless, then I will be share with you the joblessness. But the point being, it's your call. Like it's your decision where what you want to do. You if you want to start with data science and gradually learn like data structures and algorithms slowly. Competitive programming, I don't think is necessary for data science. Or if you know about data science and algorithms, you will be able to crack very good companies. Maybe not FANG companies, but very good companies. Believe me. So that's what I say. It's your decision, completely your life, your decision. You have to take the call, like what you want to do. If you think you can manage data science and computer programming together, good, go with it. So that's the answer, I think.
Uh, okay, so we got an emergency question again from Mangalam Sharma. He says, CP development and data science. What is um, your order of preference?
Acha,
Shantan.
so my order of preference means what I use in my life, what I do in my life. So in my life, I do machine learning or data science, and I develop things using machine learning or data science. And then I don't do competitive programming, but yes, I am learning about data structures and algorithms from a long time now. So that's my order of preference.
Yeah. Your life, your decision. That's the mantra,
Yes,
isn't it?
exactly. You have to take the decision. You have to like guide it. It's in your hand whether you can make it good or not. There are many data scientists who are much more doing better than many competitive programmers. There are many competitive programmers who are better than many data scientists. So if you are able to master anything, that's great. So if you are interested in competitive programming, go for it. If you are interested in data science, go for it. But master it, there will be lots of opportunities. No worries about that.
Yeah, that answers Mangalam's question. Let's continue.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So right now I would like to talk about some of the resources and I will show you some resources how to start with this. So for practical application, the best resource that you can have is Kaggle micro courses. I'll show you where to get them, but the best resources are Kaggle micro courses. After that, maybe you want to do something like you know about the micro courses, but you are not able to handle the missing values in a certain data set. You can use that, you can get the answer for that in towards data science. It's a medium publication, so you can get that. Even if you don't get there, you can get that in YouTube channel. Like there's a very good YouTube channel from Krishna X YouTube channel. It's very good. Everything in data science is there. You should obviously follow him or follow that channel, so you can get the solution there as well. Kaggle notebooks once again is the best thing. Like for a data set, if you don't know how to start with it, you can just look up a Kaggle notebook and just start with it, right? So that's why Kaggle notebook is best. And you can follow Abhishek Thakur. A bit intro about who is Abhishek Thakur. Abhishek Thakur is the world's first 4x Kaggle grandmaster. He is currently at Hugging Face, which is a very reputed machine learning or NLP firm, right? So he also has a YouTube channel. You should follow him, especially if you are going in like after you have done the basic stuffs and you are into computer vision and NLP. You should follow his YouTube channel. It's very good for them. Now the most important thing, that is now how to study the theory, right? Now, so first I would say Andrew Ng courses. Now, how to get the Andrew Ng courses? There are some courses of deeplearning.ai. How many of you know about deeplearning.ai? Please write yes or no. Okay, no problem. So Andrew Ng is a part of a company, or he is the founder of a company called deeplearning.ai. How many of you know about Andrew Ng? Okay. So if I have to put it in a simple way, I would say he is the Walter Levin of machine learning. But Walter Levin is for physics, Andrew Ng is for machine learning. Uh,
Shantan, sorry to interrupt, but I got a better example. Let me
yes.
put this through. If
Okay.
ML is an art, then Andrew NG is the artist.
Yeah, obviously, absolutely. So it's one's way of putting it, but I think if you want to study the theory, no one is better than Andrew Ng. He will teach you everything how to how each and every algorithm works. Even if you don't know anything about mathematics or statistics, he will be able to explain you how everything works. Now, how to get those courses? This is important. Now, if you get Coursera, like the college gives you some time to use course to do Coursera courses for free, you can use that. You will be getting all the Andrew Ng courses there. But if you don't get that from the college, you can audit any course. What course I'll suggest? Go to Coursera, type deep learning and AI, and there you will get a course called new deep learning and neural networks, and do that course. That will teach you about logistic regression. Another is from Stanford, given by Stanford University. That also is taken by Andrew Ng, and that course I will teach you about linear regression. But yeah, that course is in Octave. Please don't do the practical from there. Just a request, please don't do the practical from there. Do the theory from there, okay? For practical, refer Kaggle micro courses, refer towards data science. I'll show you how to learn from Kaggle micro courses. It's very easy. Refer Kaggle notebooks, refer these YouTube channels, they will be bigger. For theory, you can do that Stanford course. That's one the best resource out there to learn theory probably. Still now. It's the made in 2015 or 16, but still now it's the best resource. Second that I will say about a theory is normalized nerds YouTube channel. How many of you know about normalized nerds YouTube channel? How many of you know? Yeah. Mostly the seniors know. But if you don't know, Normalized Nerds is a fantastic YouTube channel that makes content on machine learning and data science. And the person who creates those videos, or who is like the founder of the channel, is Shujonda, who is our senior, like who is in fourth year right now. And for once again, if there is something called like in that channel, linear regression from scratch and logistic regression from scratch, you will learn to like apply, go and watch those videos. You will learn to apply how to like create a linear regression model using simple Python. Just NumPy maybe he has used, but that's the best thing you can do. Please go and watch those videos, like those linear regression from scratch, logistic regression from scratch, KNN from scratch. He's making currently on decision trees. So those videos are really great. You should, after you are done with exploring all this, you should go and take a look at that as well. You will be able to code an algorithm from scratch, which is very important because many recruiters, many like freelance, like those who gives you freelance gigs also, they also take notes whether you are able to code a language from scratch or not. So go and check out those videos as well. Second is Machine Learning with O'Reilly book. This is also a good book, very good book, but it's hard to learn from it because it's very hard to learn from books right now. The PDF is available for free. If anyone needs it, you can contact me. I'll provide that to you. I have the PDF. But the point is, if you want to learn from a book, it's the best thing, but it's you need a lot of patience, and you need to keep your focus there. You need to be attentive, and in this era where attention is very hard to give, right? You can't be giving it is very hard to give attention to a book for a long time. So if you are up for it, go for the Machine Learning with O'Reilly book. It's also a great tool for learning machine learning, right? Fourth is towards data science. Once again, a medium publication. If you don't know about the theory of any like machine learning algorithm or any machine learning concept, go and type it in Google, and add towards data science at the end. You will get a like article on that that will help you learn that concept or the like algorithm, right? And the final is random Google search. If you don't understand anything, Google search it. You will get a solution for that, right? You will get a solution for that. Any questions? Any questions?
I think we got a question from Mangalam. He says, is there any inverse effect practicing data science on our CP or vice versa? And if yes, then how to overcome it? It's a tough question.
I don't think there is any inverse effect. CP means, are you talking about like code? Are you doing code forces? I'm asking you straight up. Are you participating in code forces contests? If you are participating in code forces contest, then you are like doing very intensive CP work. But then also it won't be a difficult problem for you if you are like dividing your time schedule. If you are giving 1 hour to machine learning and maybe 3 hours to CP as your preference. So that's up to you. But even if you're doing that, not a big problem. And if you're like just participating in long challenges of code shift, that's all right. You can continue with doing that along with machine learning. I have done that. You can do that. Anyone can do that. That's not a big problem. So I think that answers your question, right?
Yeah, just keep balance. Mangalam, just keep the balance. Next question we got from Anil. He says, can you please send the book PDF on WhatsApp? Yeah, I think he will.
Yeah, I will surely send it. Not a big deal. I'll keep sharing some resources as well. No problem. Okay, so
Okay, we are done with the questions. Off you go, Shantan.
okay, so next is okay. Right now, I would like to talk a little bit about Kaggle platform. What is Kaggle? So please let me know if you can see the screen right now. Okay, yeah, you can. So this is the Kaggle platform, as you can see in the screen. Like after you sign in, first you will have to sign in, right? Please go and sign in Kaggle. This is the platform. Okay, get a hold of it. I'll show you everything. What? So once you sign in, uh, once you sign in, there will be three like green colored three circles here. That's the novice part because you haven't done anything in Kaggle, right? And as you work more in Kaggle, you gradually get better at it, right? First is novice, then you become a contributor, and then you become an expert, then you become a master, and then you become a grandmaster. So how to become from how to get from novice to contributor? Very easy. Give all your like give a profile picture, give your bio, do some give some like details about you, then make a contribution to any competition. Make a contribution to any competition, and after that, create a notebook, and that's all. You will be promoted to uh, uh, Kaggle contributor, right? Like you will get this sign. See, you can see here where my mouse is pointing. This four circles thing. This is the Kaggle contributor sign. So you'll be good with it, right? Second, how to become a contributor to a expert. You have to, for whatever, there are four different genres here or domains here. First is discussion contributor. Discussion contributor is where you create articles, where you create comments, where you write comments, articles, and all that. And the max, and each person who upvotes your comments or articles, you get a bronze medal. You have to get like 50 bronze medal to become a discussion expert, right? So for to become a discussion, see, I have got like 19 bronze medals, so I'm a discussion contributor. Once I get 50 bronze medal in like in comments or articles, I'll become a discussion expert. Next is notebooks. Notebooks expert. You can see I have become a notebooks expert. How I have become? I have You have to get 5 bronze medals. How to get 5 bronze medals? You need to create a notebook. Like I am showing you some of my notebooks here. Yeah, see, these are all my notebooks, and this notebook has got 8 upvotes. When you get 5 upvotes from person who are already discussion or notebooks expert in Kaggle, you get a your upvote actually counts. That upvote counts, and when you get 5 of them, you get a bronze medal. See, and you need 5 bronze medal to become a notebooks expert. See, I have got 5 bronze medals, so I have become a notebooks expert, right? Then data set you need one bronze medal, and competition you once again need 2 bronze medal. So how to get a bronze medal in competition, I'll show you right now, but just hold on for a second. I think you got a hold of how, like, what's the basic of Kaggle, like how Kaggle looks and all that, right? So now I would like to talk about the courses that Kaggle offers. And honestly, for practical learning, this is the best place where you can learn practically. Honestly, the best place. So if you want to learn about Python, start from here. You will learn Python. See, learn the most important language for data science. Absolutely. This six, there are like seven, yeah, seven like tutorials, and you will be good to go. It says it maximum takes you 7 hours. That also if you do the exercises. But if you don't do the exercises, it will take you like a 1.5 to 2 hours to complete this seven. So, but I suggest you go with the exercises, go a little slower, and you will be able to complete this exercise in like in a week, for sure. You will be able to do it in a week. No problem with that, right? If you are giving an hour every day, obviously. So after you good with Python, also there are lots of other YouTube tutorials as well for Python, but I think this is the quickest one to learn. Though it's not in a video format, it's in article format, but I still think this is the best place to learn. Okay, then what we get is, then we have intro to machine learning. You can start with this, but I would suggest you first learn about pandas, then go for intro to machine learning. But it's your choice. If you want to start with intro to machine learning, start with it. You can start with data visualization. You can learn pandas. So almost everything about machine learning, there is a course in Kaggle, and these courses are very crisp. You can complete that in 2 to 3 hours, and you will get a good hold of the concept. So you will, at least you will be good enough to start with the thing, right? So that's what matters. So please use these resources. These are very good resources. Probably this is better than even YouTube, many YouTube uh, videos as well. So please use them. That's the request. You will get every kind of resources like machine. As I said, pandas is very important. Learn properly from here. Then intro to machine learning, you will get a little bit hold of theory as well, and most importantly, you will understand practicals. Like if you have to show you, let me show you the intermediate machine learning. What is there? See, it teaches you how to handle missing values. I told you no about missing values. You need to know how to handle missing values. See, it's there. Then you can go for learning categorical variables. I told you again what is categorical variables. Then there are pipelines. What is pipeline? Pipeline is basically when you do feature engineering, then model prediction, splitting the training and testing data, hyperparameter tuning, cross validation, all together in a single, like in a proper way. That's just uh, you just simple down so that it can be deployed easily, so that it can be run easily. That's just a pipeline. Okay, then you can do cross validation. This is XGBoost. XGBoost is a ensemble learning technique. I told you in the like in the session, that what is an ensemble learning technique. So this is XGBoost. Then data leakage. So once again, a great place to start with. I highly recommend you starting with this. One interesting competition or one interesting course that I would like to suggest here is this. After you are done the basics, uh, you can go into intro to deep learning. Just wait, hold on and see this what I'm showing. So you will learn about intro to deep learning here, and then this is something detecting the Higgs boson with TPU. How many know what is Higgs boson? Yeah, they are called the God particles. So Higgs boson. You can explore what is Higgs boson, but basically there is a data, huge amount of data that CERN gives you, right? CERN, how many of you know about CERN? Yeah. So CERN gives you the data about Higgs boson, and there you have to create a machine learning model that is able to detect Higgs boson from that data. It's very cool. Please go and do this lesson after you just go, after you are good with the first initial stages. You will be like you will be like very happy to do this. I enjoyed doing it a lot, and I believe you will as well. So these are mostly the Kaggle courses. I hope you are like right now excited to work in machine learning. But wait, I have some more things to show you. You will be like even more excited. So please go and do that. In fact, if you know about, if you are interested to go in CERN as well, there are lots of guys who have done GSOC forms from CERN using machine learning, mostly deep learning stuff. So you can start data science for that as well if that is your goal, right? So you can do a lot, like there is a project called deep lensing. You can go and search on Google or GitHub, and that uses machine learning to like solve some problems regarding gravitational lensing and all that stuff. So machine learning is like in every field you will get machine learning. Right now I'm going to show you how medical sciences use machine learning, but in astronomy you will have machine learning. In subatomic particle physics you will have machine learning. In business you will have machine learning. In finance you will have machine learning. So it's a very diverse field. You can do whatever you like to, right? Which field you want, you can go there. Then there is computer vision. Computer vision is my favorite, where I like to work a lot on. So you can learn about it, or you can start with NLP, that is natural language processing. So that's basically working with text data. And I don't want to talk about computer vision or NLP here, because you will figure it out once you like go and learn the basics of it, basics of machine learning. Now let's talk about the competitions in Kaggle. It's very like cool competitions. First of all, this is the Titanic machine learning from disaster. Let's take a look at the data and let's see what it is about. As I was talking about, the best competition to start with feature engineering and data science as well is the Titanic machine learning from disaster. So ahoy, welcome to Kaggle. You are in the right place. So if you sign up with Kaggle, this is probably the first dataset you encounter. That is the Titanic machine learning from disaster. What it does, you will be given the data. Let me show you a little bit about the data. Once again, a lot of tutorials are there. I'm showing you how you can go get some notebooks as well. See, this is the data. If you can see here, this is the survival column. If 0 is there, that means the person haven't survived. If 1 is there, that means the person have survived. Sorry, person has survived, right? Then there is P class. P class is the ticket class. See, then there is sex. Sex means you all know. Then age in years. Then SIBSP is now a number of siblings slash spouses aboard the boat. Like if you visit with your parent, you will have, sorry, if you visit with your parent along with your wife, then you will have one spouse, or along with two of your siblings, you will have two. So this is another column. In this way, there are some columns, like there are probably 8 or 9 columns, and you have to predict whether a person survives or not. That's the Titanic uh, survival problem, right? How to get started? First of all, you can get started from any YouTube tutorial. You there were lots of good notebooks here as well. See, there are many notebooks you can get started with from there as well. Who survived in Titanic, exploring the training data, many notebooks. Even I have created a notebook. Let me show you a little about that on this one. Just hold on. I'll talk about a lot more competitions here. Just take a look. You can use it as well. It's a good notebook for beginners as well. It will take a little bit of time to load because it's very bit heavy. Though it's not I haven't done well in that one. I have got a 77 top 77% rank, which is not a very good one. In the so, but it is good, very good for starting out. See, uh, you can load the data here. It is that these are the libraries I was talking about: NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, logistic regression, train split, train test split. Standard error is something you don't know, but you will know as you walk the path of machine learning. See, this is data visualization. See, how many people in the data set have survived, how many haven't survived. This is called bringing out insights from the data, drawing insights from the data. See, I've used Matplotlib. You can. It's better to use Seaborn. Right now, if I am given the job, I will use Seaborn. But I have done it like 1 year back when I was a beginner, and right now I'm also a beginner. But still, didn't know so much about machine learning. So here it is. See, this is called like bringing, drawing insights from the data, right? So a lot of insights. Then you have to clean the data and processing, right? See, this is the missing value. See, these are the columns with which have the yellow stripes have values which are missing. Then you have to clean them and you have to make a model. In last I have made a model as well. So here is the model. I have used a random forest classifier. See, from scikit learn ensemble import random forest classifier, and I have used it. I should have went on and done hyperparameter tuning and all that stuff, but I haven't because I was working on different datasets. This was my first work. I didn't knew hyperparameter tuning back then. So this is the first thing you can start out. Now some more like competitions where like in medical sciences where Kaggle is used. This is currently a like human protein atlas single cell classification. This is currently a competition where I am working right now. Means I am just participating in working. Doesn't sound good. So what you have to do is that you have the microscopic images of many human cells and you have to locate the cell organelles in them. I have to show you the images. I can show you. Just wait for a while. This is a very cool competition. Like if you're interested, it's very cool. And the prizes are very high as well. Like if you see the leaderboard, uh, the guys who are in there in the money section, they get $25,000. These three guys will be getting $25,000 if they are on top three when the competition ends. Then from 4 to 10 you get gold medal. Then from 11 to 50 you get silver, and after that from up to 90 I think you get bronze. So out of like how many people took the out of 229 teams, 90 people, if you're in top 90 you will get a bronze medal. If you get 2 bronze medal you will become a competition expert, right? So this is a very interesting problem, human protein atlas single cell classification. I love this problem. I'm right now working on it. So if you start with machine learning, you can work in this. You can work with Higgs boson. You can work with deep lensing. You can work on uh, uh, business stuff. So you can work on a lot of different things. Okay. Then there is this hacking the kidney contest. In this one, you have to locate the glomeruli in the human kidney. You have studied about glomeruli in biology, right? You have to locate that in human kidney using machine learning, using computer vision. So and don't worry, you don't have to know biology for it. That's not important. You have to know machine learning for it. You have to know computer vision for it. Then this is Ranzer clip, catheter and line position challenge. We have to classify and correct the placement of tubes. Like in many chest X-rays, to say chest X-rays, there are tubes. You have to see whether that tube is in proper place or not using machine learning, and this can be used to save lives as well. Then so all these are very high end competitions, but after you do the titanic survival problem, you should do the digit recognizer. This is the MNIST data set. I don't want to talk about MNIST a lot because this will stretch the session. So this is the MNIST data set. You should do that MNIST data set, and after that this is very good, like tabular playground series Feb 21. This is like code forces long challenges. This lasts a month. every month you are given some simple data sets that you can work on and you can do well. I'm also participating in this. You'll get to see here. See, there are like 1,355 teams, and you don't get anything. Like you don't get money or something like that for participating or for getting a good rank here. But it's cool. But you should participate. You will learn a lot from this. And see, and I am probably in top 23% as far as I know. Let me check once. So yeah, I'm in like 24%, top 24%. So so these are all many. There are many competitions. You should come to Kaggle and explore. There is one competition called the art competition where you use generative adversarial network to create your own art. Means you create your own paintings. Though that is not paid as well, but that's a cool competition. You should go and take a look at them. So that's a intro to Kaggle. You can get a lot of data sets, you can get a lot of machine learning stuffs, everything in Kaggle. So community is great, you should come to Kaggle. And with that being said, I would like to finally like end the lecture here, sorry, session here. What is lecture? So thank you so much for bearing me. I know it was hard, but feel free to ask some questions if you have, and let me know how was the session. It was boring, extremely boring, not you are not much bored, or it was insightful. Let me know. So Ogni, if there is one question, let me know.
Yeah, the session was really, really very good. You really explained everything, and I think many are interested enough to start caggling, you know?
Yeah, I will be. It will be great if you are like joining in Kaggle, make a team, participate. I want some participation from KGC as well. There are hardly, I haven't seen anyone from KGC who is on Kaggle and doing a great stuff. So please come on Kaggle, do your stuff. You will be able to get good amount. You will be able to earn money. Don't worry about that. Just learn things, explore things. Kaggle is very good. So I hope I have been able to inspire a little to get into the machine learning field, to do all the stuffs you want to do. So let me know if you have some questions, and then I'll end the session. So no questions, right?
Yeah, I think we should wait for some time.
Okay,
We
okay,
may
let me
get
type
some
it.
questions.
Okay, okay, okay. I'll be waiting for some time. I hope you are interested in machine learning after this. If you're not, and see, there is no like, I won't say that you should do machine learning or something like that, but yeah, you should explore it once. If you find it interesting, if you find your cup of tea, come do it the best way possible. Contribute to the community. That's it.
Yeah, all I see is mostly first years, and the first year's job is to explore, right? They got the
Yes,
freedom to do that.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so we got the first question. Ayandip says, can you show the courses that you mentioned?
I cannot show it right now. I'll share you the link. No problem. I'll share you the links in the group or anywhere.
Okay, Ayandip, you got your answer. Next, Anil asks, is Kaggle is the best platform for ML?
There is no platform where you can give competitions like this, at least. So I think this is like, for me, it has helped me a lot. See, there is no best platform or something like that. Something that you use and it brings value to your life, you use it more. That's it. You don't have to know whether it's the best or it's good. No. If use it, if it brings value to your life, if it helps you learn machine learning, use it for more. Use it more. That's it.
Okay, Anil, that answers your question. Next question comes from Aryan. He says prerequisites for CV.
Sorry, CV means computer vision. Are you talking about
Uh,
computer vision?
no,
Okay,
I
so
guess so.
yeah, yeah. So prerequisites for CV, a little bit of deep learning knowledge. How logistic regression works, though that is not much needed, but yeah, that's good to have. And good knowledge of like TensorFlow, PyTorch, all that stuff. Either TensorFlow or PyTorch. I would suggest go with TensorFlow if you're a beginner. And if you're past the beginner stage, PyTorch is the way to go.
Okay, so next question is up from Mr. Sudeep, and he says, "What is the best for ML after Python?"
Okay, based for ML after Python. After Python, you have to learn the libraries. Otherwise, you cannot start with ML. First, you learn the libraries, then you just start on a data set. You don't have to worry about learning feature engineering about as well. Just start a data set. You will be able to learn feature engineering from that. And for starting a data set, I strongly recommend you start with the Titanic survival problem because it tackles all the feature engineering domains as well.
Okay, so I think we are almost done with these questions. I would like to also mention that we got a YouTube channel. This whole session is being recorded and that will be posted on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is Students Developer Circle KGEC. Go right now and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You will keep getting those videos as soon as possible. Till then, bye for now.